Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Rough Mix podcast. This is currently episode 6, and I am your host Esteban. To my right, we got my boy
Jordan, aka Coach Goop.
and me, Esteban, aka
AKA
Trunks.
I'm Victor, aka Vic.
And Eli, aka Mystery.
Yeah, and today's episode is basically how to reach out to people and how to network and kind of like collab, I guess, or reach out to folks or artists. Yeah, how to start because we're kind of in the same approach party as everybody else.
Building your web.
Like, how do you know like who to send beats to and how to do all that?
Yeah, how to even get someone to send the beats to.
Yeah,
How to maybe collab if you're like a beat maker only, or how to artist if you want people to like rap on your songs or someone to sing on your song or something like that. And I feel like I want to go ahead and start because the first way I did it, and I feel like the best.
First way to what? Reach out to people?
Yeah, like the way I started, I went on SoundCloud because this is when I was like hardcore into. I only listened to SoundCloud. I never had Spotify, never had iTunes. I would only go on SoundCloud, and I would listen to artists. You know how you click on like someone's on SoundCloud. You click on their page, listen to them, and then like other people would come out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like not on their same
Like their
profile.
likes and reposts.
Yeah, like people,
recommended.
yeah, recommend. There you
Yeah.
go. Like, that's
Yeah.
what I meant. A recommended section, and then if I liked them and they were like, I would only kind of do it to like low key artists because I was scared to kind of. Maybe I was starting out, so I was kind of scared to do like someone like at 20K. I was like, they're not gonna want to like some producer has like 7 followers and they're all on my side accounts. Please laugh. I planned that out like 20 minutes.
Because
ago.
it's true though.
It is true. I do have 5 emails.
It's the KD of social media.
Yeah. But what I did is every single one that was recommended to me and I liked them, I would DM them on SoundCloud. I'd be like, yo, what's up? I really like your music. But I would listen to a lot of their songs. I wouldn't just listen to one. I would make sure like, I'm actually like messing with them. So what I would do, I was listening to them, be like, I could literally make beats for this guy, or I have beats that are for this guy, and I would DM them like a quick brief some like I really like your stuff. I think like I got beats for you. And then I just like, yo, you trying to work? Like, and that's it. And like, that's how I would just email I would DM a lot of people, like 12, 20, 30. Like I literally did this to so many people. And then I waited for one day. I got a response from this one group called Fuck 12 Mob. They're from Ohio.
That's the name, Fuck 12 Mob?
Yeah, so they're like literally on SoundCloud. If you look them up, they're on there.
Damn.
And then they're from 2 like guys from Ohio, and they're like kind of Suicide Boys. That's what I was really heavy into. Like I used to listen to Suicide Boys. And I used to make like Suicide Boys TV. Yeah, I do. I still am. And I made this beat. I sent it to them. A week later, they posted on the SoundCloud, and I got like 2,000 listens on their account.
Well,
And
what's it at right now?
That's only like 2,000, like something like that. 2,100, 2,200, something like that.
You made it.
And I felt good. Like it the thing is too is I wasn't really nervous because I wasn't like face to face. I was kind of it's over like via internet and stuff. So it was like that's why I reached out. If you're looking for people to go on your beats, my recommendation is going on SoundCloud, listening to like recommended people. I DM'd like the smaller guys at first, and then kind of climb my way up. That's what in my head. That's what I envisioned, and I got like 2. I only got them to respond to me. That was it. Out of like 30 people I messaged.
But that's how it's going to be.
But
I only got one. That's what I'm saying. I only got one.
When's the last time you did a spamming thing like that?
I only did that one time.
So if you did that every day.
Yeah, exactly.
And times were
one reply a
different
day,
too.
and that's 360 replies in a year if you did it every day.
Yep.
And then of those 360, one of them will at least.
Yeah, one of them will at least see you up. I know they will. Not even buy it. Maybe if you just do it.
I mean, they'll all buy it. I mean,
But
your beats are.
They didn't buy it.
Building off what
Did you
you're
ask them to buy it?
No, I just gave it to them because I was trying to work.
Yeah.
building off what you were saying about working with like you're being almost intimidated by like following someone with 20, 30, 40K. I think it's sometimes better because then you're working in your comfort zone. You're not trying to sit there and like impress them or not impress them, but you feel like you have to show out almost.
Wait, for the bigger guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if you were to send it to someone, be like, you'd be thinking the whole time, maybe not, but I'd be thinking like, is this actually going to catch them? Have they already heard something like this before? And not necessarily that the smaller guys haven't, but you guys are almost on the same level of like they're looking for exposure, you're looking for exposure. You're building. You're not like established yet, and so I think it's easier to work and talk to people like that because you're at the same level instead of being like, oh, like, do you want to buy this beat? And they're like, nah, like,
yeah. because you guys
I don't
need each
need
other.
you. Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel
it's
like
almost
you
a
need
need.
each
Yeah,
other.
exactly.
That's why I think SoundCloud was cool because I feel like everybody on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud was sick. Like,
know,
and the
SoundCloud was
problem,
sick.
I think, what sucked. Imagine if we were like 4 or 5 years older. If we were on SoundCloud when we were 20, like,
Yeah.
It's me.
yeah, because I was listening to all of it and wishing I could be in that, but like I had no real deep knowledge or any type of connection, like web. Like I knew a few people who knew people,
Yeah.
but that doesn't guarantee anything, and that's not work. That's just name drops.
That's why I liked sending it to people who are a little bit smaller, so that way
Yeah.
when I do one day eventually hit up like the bigger guys, bigger name artists, I have like this discography, you know, like this work that I've done, and they keep and not like, oh, this is my first ever time giving you something, because I feel like they kind of want something, they want to hear your work first before they even accept it, unless the beat's like really good. Like, don't get me wrong.
So you'd say your number one way to reach out to people is like
DM a bunch of recommended
social
people.
media, DM people, or just on SoundCloud?
The way I did it was SoundCloud.
Okay.
Because SoundCloud's free. You know, I mean, Instagram's whatever's free, but
the other thing on SoundCloud is you don't really get messages that often. So when you do get it, you see it and you're like, oh, I got a message.
Well, not even
like,
the thing is about SoundCloud, you can't receive it on the app unless you have SoundCloud Messenger.
That's the only
or SoundCloud. There's another.
The crazy thing, I used to always go on my computer.
Yeah, that's the only reason why that's probably, I didn't even think about it until right now. The only reason why people probably didn't respond to me is because they had on their phone, not their laptop.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
That's what I was thinking about.
I didn't think about that.
Because you can't message people on your phone. It has to be on the laptop.
Which is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
No
unless
offense.
There's a few apps like that.
Unless they have their
are
notifications on their Gmail.
Right.
Or email, not even Gmail, but either that or they have the SoundCloud. There's a Messenger. I swear there's a Messenger app on SoundCloud.
I never even thought about that.
It's a separate app to do all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Like check your plays.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation. What about you, Jordan?
What about you, Jordan?
For how to reach out to people?
Yeah.
Right now I've been seeing Twitter as a pretty good platform because you know, people are putting little snippets and whatnot on their pages, and you can see like what they're like also as a person, because you know, being here in person at the studio, you're meeting a lot of artists coming in and out, and you can kind of like feel a vibe to see what type of person they are, and then you can hear their music later on. So it's nice to be on Twitter and not only have that pop into your face. You can look through certain tags to like find certain stuff, but you can also see like how they talk and like what they've been saying, like, you know, in the past and whatnot, and kind of like feel out the vibe of like maybe who they are. You know, being online is like a completely whole nother thing. Like that person could be a completely different person, but I feel like with Twitter, it's a lot more, or it's a lot less of a guessing game compared to SoundCloud, because you can literally only check out their music on SoundCloud, but on Twitter, it's like you get to hear their opinion, or you get to see their opinions on things, and then they'll like promote their own music from time to time, like snippets and whatnot, and you know, just how they promote themselves and how they carry themselves. So, Twitter is what I recommend, and then being in person. I don't think anything beats being in person.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Yep.
There's a few people though that I know have gotten like placements off of Twitter, or like that. Even I've found like T-Watt, who produced that whole Cousin Stiz album and that song Headlock with Offset.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, T-Watt's dope.
He's sick. He's hella sick. I just found him like last year. Found out about him kind of.
Yeah, I found him on Twitter. Who else?
First time I ever heard his song was on 2K.
Yep.
Living Like Khaled. He has that song on 2K.
Oh,
I heard about that actually.
Yeah, he's dope, and he's always posts snippets on Twitter, like 30-second clips, and it's just every day.
That's a good way to like kind of blow up, sort of like someone, you know, get enough people retweeting.
Twitter had that. Twitter for a while was well, it got annoying because there was like you'd see the same people spamming under like every like Tyler the Creator or like whoever is big would you'd see the same videos, but
well, that's why you look through the tags now. I was hearing whoever ended up finding Juice World. They were going through tags on Twitter, like who needed beats and whatnot, and Juice World was looking for beats, and that's how they like linked up, and that's how he like looked at his page. And
wasn't it Nick Mira? I thought it was Nick Mira.
They had a connection. Nick Mira's shit has always happened through someone he knew. Like
I think it was Side Piece.
That's how he got his stuff with Famous Dex or not Famous Dex. Who am I thinking of?
XXXTentacion.
Trippy Red.
No, why I think maybe it just was the Juice WRLD story. I think because Famous Dex is from Chicago too, right?
I seen the Nick Mira and Juice WRLD on
They
Their
linked up
hella
from like
famous
someone's
song, that
cousin, like someone in
super famous
Chicago.
song.
It is
knew-
Dex. I think it's Dex.
I swear it's a
I
Dex
think it's
thing.
Dex too.
But
Like they knew someone in Chicago. Like Nick Mears knows someone in Chicago. You know what I mean? And so that's how he knew Juice World. That's how he knew Dex. That's how. Because I swear I watched the Deconstructed.
No, yeah, it was.
But
it
I
was
didn't know.
Dex.
I don't think it was famous. I thought it was. No,
No,
I
the
I
same
seen,
thing happened with Juice World.
I
Like it.
seen the one with Juice WRLD where Nick Mira, right, where he's like, they're looking up like someone, and like Nick Mira sees Juice WRLD, on SoundCloud. He has like hella little views, so then he like gives him a beat, and then he goes to Juice's WRLD's like YouTube feed, and like the guy's recording live. And it's like Nick Mira's beat. You guys haven't seen it? Like
Oh, maybe I
it's
haven't.
hella famous. It's like,
maybe there's
oh
like
my God,
two
what's that
sides to the
song
story.
called?
No.
Go to
Lucid
it.
Dreams.
Not Lucid Dreams, the other one.
It must have been way
the,
back.
the first one that blew up with them.
Yeah.
The first one they did together.
What's the name of it? It's like they're all
I know what you're
all
talking
girls
about.
are the same.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that one.
I know.
That one. I swear to God, I heard that Nick Mira was looking up beats.
No, I know there's this crazy story between the two. Like how their first song together is like crazy coincidence.
Yeah, and like Nick Mira just put like something type beat,
Yeah.
and then like Juice WRLD looked that up, and then like Nick Mira was like on on like YouTube, and like he looked up Juice WRLD again because like he already saw him. He was like he wanted to send beats to him, and like he found that like he was already using one of his beats like on Instagram Live, something
Wow.
like that, and like you don't hear the beat because when he's recording on live, it's like it's like
Through
you know
the
how when we do it
headphones.
through the headphones,
Yeah.
so you don't hear the beat, you just hear him rapping, and then like Nick Mira like you just hear the guy unsolo it, and like the beat comes in, it's like it's his beat, and then he said that like later on that year, like you know, months later,
I did hear that.
you know, he's like he's walking at his school and shit, and like
Mhm.
people are pulling out of the parking lot
Yeah.
playing his song,
Yeah.
and it's like I made that beat, right? Like that's sick. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
don't,
sick.
I don't like listen to too much Nick Mira beats, but like
His beats are.
that story and that beat is sick. I mean, I can't lie, that shit's sick.
Didn't he make? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, I'm tripping. He
But-
made. I swear he made someone Rich the Kid recently, but maybe not.
I know he has like a hit in Germany too. I heard about that, but go on, Jordan.
Go on.
I'm Jordan.
Well,
I'll, like,
yeah.
run you
So
off.
getting back on
Yeah.
topic, yeah, meeting people in person, and then through Twitter, you can use tags and whatnot, and find people's sort of like obscure SoundCloud links and music previews and whatnot. But that's pretty much my only recommendations. Like I'm super new to this, so I can't really say like what's worked best for me.
Mhm.
Just from like what I've seen other people and what I see right now currently being the best way to find new artists.
I think the in person school is just hard.
Yeah,
But I mean that's sort of like how we talked about in the last podcast, is like just facing these challenges head on. It's like, yeah, it's hard, but it's like that's all it takes, is being at the right place at the right time, and it's
Yeah.
like meeting that person could potentially change your life. So it's like
I don't think it's hard to. I'm not even talking about talking. I'm talking about finding someone in person, like that isn't in our field where we're at. At this studio,
but
like random people like that work at like that go to high school.
well, that's the
Or
thing
like
too,
they're in
is like
college.
we are
true,
in.
but-
How do they find artists? It's hard. You got to do it via internet.
Well, that's why there's.
But yeah, they don't.
We suggested Twitter and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Even
But he was
if-
talking about in person. That's why I was just saying.
well,
that's
for
the
like
reason
what
I was
just
saying.
happened, like with me, like that one guy Q, shout out Q.
Yeah,
But
shout out Q.
remember, like I was playing my beat, and like he just walked down the hallway and was
Yeah.
like, "Yo," and then he.
But I'm saying, but we were in his studio.
Yeah, he's
in a-
saying like, how do you come in contact with other people? You kind of
How
have.
do you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think conversation has to be brought up. I think someone has to be like, oh yeah, I kind of do music or
Yeah,
this.
because you're not gonna just show random people your beats like for no reason, right?
That's what I'm
at the
saying.
store?
How do you get
Well,
someone in
well,
person?
I don't
okay,
think
if you're
you
kind of,
do.
are you
It's
kind of
kinda
leading
hard.
into the fact of like,
I don't think you
of like
can, right?
essentially sourcing local artists?
Yeah, because like
I think
it's
again,
hard. Like say, okay, I mean, anybody at school could be like, yeah, I rap.
yeah.
But are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you willing to put in the time? Are you really?
Well, that's
know?
why you go to shows in your hometown. You go to these local venues.
Yeah.
You see who's popping
You
right
watch
now.
the opening act.
You go to these big brand artists that aren't from your city necessarily. You go to their concerts, and they'll always have openers from your local area.
Yeah.
Open mics are also another good way. If you can't afford studio time, I mean, if you're just making beats, there's no reason to pay for studio time.
Yeah.
Unless you want to just show your face and try to intern maybe. There's plenty of places where we live, but we live in a major city, so it's like I can't give you the same advice for everyone.
Is-
You know, if you're in some, town in the middle of nowhere, just look for the closest venue that has someone popping playing at it, and look for the openers
Because
and talk to
there's gonna be
people.
more music like creatives at that show
That's
in the
really good
crowd.
advice.
Really good.
Actually, that's really good
Yeah, that's
advice.
really good.
I didn't even think of that, but that
We're
is
gonna,
so
we're gonna,
true.
we're gonna, we're gonna
Because
do
I
that
used to
again.
open up for the shows and like it's everyone local because that's what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like the people who are opening up like actually want to be there and like
Yeah.
I
are
did a lot
serious
of
'cause
that
most
when
of the
I
time
was.
you're paying to open up for a show.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah.
paying them.
And Vic has a lot of experience about that. So like maybe you want to run us through quickly of like how you met artists, openers, and where they're coming from and how that process is sort of done. If you can run through
Yeah.
that.
Like just for beats, I'll just do it for the beats, right? Or should
Well,
I talk
just like,
about
all right, so
everything?
like how you met other people from your hometown that maybe you didn't know before, but were opening with you, and how sort of that process works.
So like I met. All right, so it all started like I was on Facebook and Instagram just looking for a show because we used to rap with my homies. And then we found this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I got a studio. His name is Believe, and he owns like Treetop Studios. I guess it's like everyone over here in the Bay Area knows it. It's in Hayward, but like it's not that big. But like people know it. But like he has connects. So like doing his show, I opened up, or I did his show, and then like through that show, I met like some other dudes that we used to like see from going to other shows. Like we kind of just started talking to them, and then we did this other show. We opened up for Jay Stalin, and on that show, like when we were doing like the mic checks and all that stuff, like we played one of our songs, and the DJ was like, "Oh, like I fuck with this, blah blah blah." So like we got his like information, his like contact stuff, and then like then we started hitting him up for shows because he used to get us shows, and then through him we used to meet like other people and like some other dudes we like would start not rapping with, but like we used to like send him beats. Well, I didn't even make beats at the time, but then like all the people like I talked to, like I didn't think it was anything too big, but like I just made a small connection with them, and like now they're actually like pretty big. Like Believe, I mean like hella kids from this school actually work at his studio.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like I think that's crazy. Like I never would have thought like I'd still be in contact with him or anyone would know him. Like everyone knows him here. And then like, Jay Stalin, all the Bay Area people, and then it just big, I don't know, just like networking, like it helps. And then now like when I like go to send beats, like these guys like will view my story. So I'll send them like, I'll just hit them up in the DMs and be like, yo, like I got beats, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I just see like drop an email. And if they send me an email, then I'll send them beats. And I started doing that a lot. And then I just started racking up all these emails. So anytime I get an email, I'll just like, I put it on my notes and I just put like emails to send beats to. And I just have like a ton of emails on my notes, but like it's been a long time since I actually like sent stuff because we've been like busy here with like recording people and mixing.
Well, how was that process? Do you remember anyone when you were performing and opening, even some of your peers that were performing? Did you remember like anyone coming up to them and being like, "Yo, I make beats. I want to send you some beats." Like, do you remember any of that, or was that
No,
not
like
really a thing back then?
I can't really think of that, but like I know that everyone that was like opening up and rapping and stuff, like you're paying to open up, and so like you really want to be there. So if like someone did come up to us and be like, "Yo, I have beats," like I'm pretty sure like we would have for sure been like, "All right, like cool," like because like I feel like if you're paying to actually be up there to like perform and like show your songs to everyone, then you must be serious. I mean, you're not just gonna pay for no reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, people did. I'm sure people like do that. I mean, that's a smart idea.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't happen to us. But like we also had a guy that made beats for us. But there was some people that like we would open up for, or we opened up with, and like now they're like kind of like popular in the Bay Area. So like it would have been a good idea to give them beats back then, because now you'd probably be making like money off of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You could
But I
grow
mean,
with them.
that's just another strategy where it's like if you don't have a big studio in your hometown, you're gonna have a concert, maybe not in your hometown, but maybe a few cities over that you can make the drive to and show up at that show. Anyone you're interested in is gonna have the same type of music you're you're liking. Obviously, if you are a fan of someone that's playing a few cities down and you go to that show, you're gonna hear similar music opening for them. And you're gonna meet new artists and maybe new talent, someone on a new wave, whatever. You're gonna feel that vibe and see potentially new people to reach out to and make friends with or make connections with. And even people in the crowd, you might meet other producers in the crowd and be able to collab. Like anything to keep you productive and keep you into what you're doing is always something worth going for.
Eli, you're a little quiet back there, man.
I'm just listening.
Go ahead. How do you reach out to people, Eli?
To local
I feel
artists,
like,
or to
Vic
out,
did pretty good
or
job.
still just out to anybody?
Well, reach out to, I think both, because they're kind of intertwined right now. At least.
Reaching out. Well, what I was gonna say before, but I'll let that finish. You can reach out to local artists to an extent, but it's what it is today. You need social media for discovering things. Like that's how all A&Rs and talent agents and like you can get discovered off of a 30-second video. That can be your change right there. You can tell kind of by how people push themselves online, like what they're trying to push and what they put out, if they're serious about it. But reaching out to people, for me, mixing, I let people reach out to me usually. I do reach out to some. I've reached out to a few people and asked them like, "Oh, do you need like to get tracked?" Like, I do stuff because I'm trying to get my name out there. And I want to get established and like start getting like people coming. I want people to come to me. That's the goal. But I don't know. Reaching out to artists is just you want to feel it out, just like we were saying. Just feel it out. That's why it's like always good to be in person if you can get into the studio with them. If you're not worried about it, how it's gonna feel, how you guys are gonna interact, and you're sending beats out, send the beats out. Do your thing. Reach out to them on a business level and tell them like, I got this, like we can do this. I got these beats I think you'd sound good on. They fit your style. I don't need to be there, but you know, that's just what it is. But yeah, I kind of let people reach out to me, and that's what's happened. Just a few names that have gotten tossed out there. Like one of my friends, we weren't even doing it seriously. We're just making a track in my house one afternoon. And a few weeks later, that's when Aaron hit me up. He's like, "Oh, you know, Mike said you do music." I hadn't talked to him for a few years since high school. I was like, "Yeah," and now we've made like 8 or 10 tracks together. So,
and also like when you said like, you know, if you don't care about feeling out the vibe at all and you just want to send beats out, I think a big discussion on that is knowing your worth when you're sending beats out. You know, obviously if it's your first time and maybe you don't have friends who produce or, you know, friends that are artists or any of that, and you're literally just a bedroom producer doing it by yourself like I did, because I didn't have any friends put me onto this. I just started from my bedroom and I didn't know like if my stuff was good or not. I recommend maybe reaching out and just sending the first few beats for free, you know? And especially if it's someone you really want to work with and you're not just approaching it on like a business level, like, "Hey, I think I got something that, you know, you would sound good on, you know, check out my beat store." Or like maybe it's like, "Oh, like I really like how this guy sounds. You know, I'm vibing with his music. Maybe I haven't met him at all or I don't see how he talks. Maybe send him free beats," you know? And that's how you get started, because I think that's how a lot of people have had long-lasting relationships even through the internet without meeting them and barely talking to them at all, is that they've offered to send their work for free.
Yeah.
And that has turned into something bigger.
yeah.
So you recommend sending beats for free?
Yeah,
What
I'd
about
have
you,
to
Wes?
say.
What do you say about that?
Yeah.
Sir?
It
Depends.
It depends.
You know, like I said, if you're doing it like the beat store route and you're just doing that as a marketing ploy.
Yeah, we talked about that before. If you kind of have like the algorithm set, you can make trap beats, you can make drill, you can whatever it might be, and you're doing it and you're selling it, do it.
But if you if you hear an artist that you think has potential to be something and go somewhere, maybe send those beats for free, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially if you're a
fan.
fan of them.
Yeah.
I send everything for free.
So yeah, and
that
that's
was,
how you
that
should
was the
start
first.
out.
That's
That was
how-
the first
yeah.
EP I did. It was with that dude who like just dipped in Kentucky. Everything was free and it was just over the internet. I DM'd him on SoundCloud. We got our Twitters linked up. Sent our emails through there, and then it was just back and forth for a little while. I'd send him a beat. He would send me the session back. I'd say if it was cool or not. I always said it was cool because someone was rapping on my beat. But
Yeah.
like,
It's sick.
yeah,
An important thing to remember too with that is if you're sending these beats out for free, it's not the end of the world. You're not giving them an exclusive beat.
yeah,
You know, you charge for an exclusive
just what
beat
you said.
unless, you know, it really depends on the situation there, but you should charge for an exclusive beat. Just because you gave that person a free beat and maybe they never released a song or they did and it was like absolute garbage, don't be afraid to pass that beat on to someone else that you think might be able to do a better job
yeah.
with.
I see that all the time as a topic. Like, my bad to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I see that all the time as a topic. Like people saying, oh, like rappers get mad when I send the same beat to their friend or this. It's like, you're not paying me, so why would I send you a different beat? I'm sending you what I have,
Yeah.
what I make, and if you like it, I'll send you something different. But this is it's like a tester. It's like you're getting a tester, little piece of ice cream at
Like a sample kit.
Sample.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
a sample kit. Yeah, exactly. Well, go ahead.
I would like if I ever the only reason why I would ever give a free beat is if I really, really, really like you. It's the
That's
only way I'll ever give a
That's the
free
one
beat.
about
out.
his chips.
Well, for me, like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna say the names of the people, but for like a lot of people that actually have rapped on a beat, I sent the same pack to all,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
20 of them, and like they all use different ones, thank God. But like if they use the same ones, like I'm not gonna say anything unless if you really want it, then like just be like you'd have to pay for it because like this person wants it just as much as that, and like I think sending beats for free is like really good to get your name out there because
Yep.
like it also like makes you like if you're gonna charge someone, they're gonna expect your shit to be like super good. But if you're giving it out to free, like for free, they may like be like, okay, like this will work, and then they actually might start liking it. Then they'll notice that like you're actually good. Then they'll keep on asking, and then like eventually it's just gonna be common courtesy to you're gonna have to get paid for it. Or if they want to make money off it, then you just let them know, and like it's not anything mean or anything like that. It's just that's how it is.
Yeah, and
That's the right thing to do.
Things can come from that too. I feel like every single week I'm seeing a new thing, a new headline, let's say on Twitter, mostly Twitter because that's where I see a lot of news of what's happening in the music industry, but you're selling a beat online, let's say like through TrackTrain or BeatStars especially, where these people are landing major placements off of artists who are just searching through BeatStars and paying for that, MP3 lease, wave lease, exclusive, whatever. They're paying for the beat, but you're still getting somewhere with your music. You don't have to just take the free route. Like it's good to sell beats online, I think, and it's good to take a chance and give your beats away for free.
Yep.
Yeah, because I felt like giving away my beats for free gave me more opportunities to send more people beats. Because like, I mean, like I'm gonna be honest, like if someone like comes up to me, like let's say if I was a famous rapper or something, and they're like, "Yo, like I got beats for you," like, but like this and this for this much, I'm just be like, like fuck off or something, right? I mean, it's true though. It's like fuck off. Like you're just trying to make money off me.
Yeah. It's all about if you open up with like, pay me, I have this, rather than like, I want to give this to you and I want you to use it, but I want something in exchange because I put my time into it and it's like a craft.
You'll know your worth. Like you'll know, like if they'll know if it's like really good. They'll be like, okay, like I'm gonna pay this guy for this because like they'll know, and it's if someone's really serious about it, they'll pay you or they'll talk about something like that.
Yeah,
it's just how it is. That's the truth.
Yeah, you do have to know when it's not even putting your it's a little bit of putting your pride to the side and just like exposure is maybe what you need. It's not $100. Like, okay, I can get $150 for that one beat, but if I send out 10 and 3 different people rap on these, and then that turned into what, like 2,000, 3,000. Like you gotta play your cards and just pick what you want to do.
Send your good beats, maybe not your best ones, but the ones you like.
Yeah.
Throw your tag on there, maybe like 4 times or something. It helps you get your name out and like.
Yeah, if you have something that you're sitting on as almost gold, like you're like, wow, like you're impressed. Like that's the thing when you are juiced by something you've made, like juiced to the point where you want to show people and you're proud of it. Those are the ones you want to bring to a session and be like, yo, like, do you like this? I want to show you this, like this beat I made.
Yeah, like maybe you want like even however good it is, like maybe send that one for free, but only to the artist you really see potential with, and you're a fan of, like an actual fan of, like that's. And again, like of course in sessions, because you already know the vibe, you already know the person, you already know what you came there to do, So definitely pick and choose your beats and keep the good ones, keep your favorites in the vault.
A lot of people get skirted off, like when you charge them for a beat, like right off the spot, your first ever contact, $150 for this beat.
Do you think the fact that free got put in front of so many beats on YouTube that it messed up the market?
Yeah,
because people think they're actually free, but they're not actually free.
It's free for non-commercial.
Yeah, free for non-commercial. It's like free lease. That's it. And like a lot of people don't know that, and it's I don't know. It's kind of weird.
But
That's
like
why a
I'm
lot
not
of-
gonna lie,
that's why a lot
I
of-
put free in front of my beats. Free beat, but then I put free MP3 because
Yeah, I always put. In
I
the
will send
description.
you the free MP3. Like literally, I think we all would maybe. I know.
Jordan's kind of iffy.
I don't
He's
know.
a little
Jordan's
stingy.
kind of.
I honestly, I'm not a big fan of the route, just because I have a different agenda, I guess I would say. So it's like I recommend it, but it's just not what I have planned.
What,
You
selling
know?
beats?
So I mean, like I've tried it and everything, but it just doesn't feel like genuine for me. Like I came, like I could talk, I guess, a little bit about it, but that's sort of like not my goal, is to like make money offline selling beats.
Mm-hmm.
Like I came out here, I'm in these studios, I'm meeting people for a reason to build something organic,
To link and
That's
build.
why. That's why you have to like know.
Exactly.
To what? What'd you say?
to link
Yo.
and build.
Yeah, the
Oh my
I don't know. I
God.
don't know if you guys were seeing it, but when Four Pins was making all the memes about it, do you guys know what Four Pins is?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're saying.
We'll move on with that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I was gonna say is
be on the cool side.
that's when you know like what kind of a beat maker you are. That's where you kind of establish yourself. Are you gonna be the type of beat maker that just wants to make money off this and that's it? Then that's when you're just the people that just, oh, I'm gonna charge you $20, $30 for a lease, whatever. But if you're like Jordan, where he like does the beat stuff, like he still does the beat store. Like I know you got like your own website and stuff. Like he still does that, but that isn't his priority. Like he said, like he likes meeting up with local artists, like he's done here, and he's met like a few people that he's gonna like start working with soon.
I mean, everyone
And-
here has, right? I mean,
yeah,
literally from just being here at the school, we have all made like so many, like we've met like new people like
Yeah.
to send beats to. Like I know like all of us are not even just send beats, but like Eli Engineering or like us Engineering Virginia, and like
yeah.
sending beats to Q or Huss, and like
and now he's
now
got like
yeah
three
now
other,
like
two guys.
Jordan has people, and like everyone wants beats from Estevan too, but
I'm stingy. When it comes
he's
to
a
that.
little stingy too, but
But hey, that's not bad. You
Yeah.
know what you're in this for.
The thing is too is like I get scared of like what if it blows up and it's over? Like
just lease it.
Well, I
I
saw
get, no,
this.
I get scared of
25,000 a
Skits-
lease.
I don't know.
I saw this.
But that's the thing too is I have to overcome me being scared of it and just literally
No,
letting
I
it
have
go.
I have the same
Because
thing.
literally, as like say like they do it, it's good. Everybody knows my name, and then but now I'm missing out on the opportunity.
Nothing
If me
happens
not
when you
sending it
don't
out.
But
take
just
risks.
think, let's say
You
that
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
exactly.
Shout out Wayne Gretzky,
Shout out Michael Scott.
So-
Michael
Damn.
Scott. There you go. That was good. See, that was good. See, I'm telling you, he's 30. He's making these dad jokes.
I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah.
No,
anyways,
it's a great
Real
What were you
quick,
saying,
we're just
Eli?
throwing something that what you're saying, like just following up and finishing on that. I saw it. Pilo said it one time. He was like, especially like what you're saying, building something organic. Don't worry about the money up front always. If it is a business exchange, you're sending it out to send it out to get paid because they want to use the beat. That's what it is. If you're going in to make someone or make something with someone, the money will come.
Yeah.
If it's real and it's dope, the money
Mhm.
will come.
It's about
Well,
trusting the
I'd
process.
rather-
Yeah, it's
I'd
about
rather-
building. Like, yeah.
I'd rather send the beat out and not get paid as much as I wanted to, but then my name be known. So then now I could charge what I want, and everyone will pay me that because I have that credibility.
Yeah.
Then charge them for what I want, and then never get another placement again
Yep.
or get hit up ever again.
Yeah.
Get that one time
That's why
check.
you keep going.
all it is
You just got to
forever.
keep going.
That's
So
what I'm
I feel
saying.
like-
It's like the long term versus short term. Short term, you're getting the money. Long term you're getting like you're not, your name isn't forever living or how.
Once
you know
your
what I
name
mean.
is out there and you're charging a decent amount, I mean, you can be making
Like this is the
good
thing.
amount.
Short term, you'll make a little bit you'll make that money, like a bigger chunk.
Quick
But long
money.
term, you'll make that money over and over and over again consistently.
Yeah, and that's what
And
I
even
literally
more.
just heard the strategy. I want to say like last week or something that I totally forgot about. But Murda Beats was talking about how he moved to, I think, LA at one point, and he did nothing but work his ass off. Nearly went broke from giving away free beats so that he could charge 20,000, 30,000 a beat.
That's what I'm saying,
and
yeah.
it and
I
it
think I
worked out
saw
for him.
What he talks, and then Migos hits him up out of nowhere, right? The Migos hit him up out of nowhere.
I don't know the full story.
Oh yeah, well, like Migos hit him up out of nowhere, and they're like, "Yo, like we heard your beats, like we want you to make beats for us." So they literally like fly him out to Atlanta to live with them, like pay for all his shit,
Bruh,
and he just has to make beats.
He was making when his tag used to be like murder.
Yeah,
That
and
he
then,
was
like,
making clap.
you know, and then that's when Migos blew up too.
Yep.
And like
For like
Murder
the
Beats
second time.
is
And look where
behind
that
all that.
organic relationship
And
turned
like
Exactly.
into.
even back then, he was known, but like no one really knew him how they know him now. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a fucking celebrity now.
Murder
Like,
on the beat.
Well, he
so
was
it's
what?
not nice.
When Metro was the top grossing producer? What was he like 3 or 4?
Metro was always
No, but I'm
not
saying
Metro.
the one year when Metro went above everyone, like he went crazy. That was like his retirement year. Murder was like 3 or 4.
Oh,
but
Metro Boomin, the year like Drake dropped the album with
Yeah,
Future
yeah,
was his
yeah.
prime. 2016,
when
right?
what was Mark?
Oh, 2016 had to be because that's when he
2016.
linked up with 21.
Yep.
Yeah,
He made,
2016.
he made No Heart and all that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
No,
man.
yeah, it was over. He released like 4 or 5 projects
Yeah.
that year,
Yeah.
No, I meant like X. The song.
followed by an amazing beat tape that will forever be a
Yeah.
staple.
And then what's the new one? Heroes All Wear Cape or whatever it's called.
Yeah, not all
Not
heroes
All
Not
wear
Heroes Wear
capes.
Capes.
Man,
I mean,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. I mean, he's a producer and he's like
And he's still constantly
still-
working.
yeah,
I love
like-
his work ethic.
he's always making hits. Like that's the thing. Like people can hate on him, but like numbers do the talking. I mean, you can see all his stuff.
Yep.
I'm not even the biggest fan of him, but like I still give him like so much credit and like
You have to have
he's
so much
inspiring.
respect.
Yeah, I have so much respect for him. Like inspired by him, like his story and like how he is like the biggest producer probably ever. Like to just beat making producer.
on the FL.
He's huge. Like he is the reason why
He's the
some people
biggest
are
trap
like, "Oh, I wanna
producer
use-" Yeah,
of all time.
I mean he's a
I think
household
Zay-
name. Everyone
I think
even
Zay
knows.
is. I think Zaytoven. I think Zaytoven.
Zaytoven's like the OG of it.
Zaytoven is the biggest trapper, bro. He made Gucci, and I'm not even talking about like Q. Like,
True.
bro, those sessions in Zaytoven's house were legendary.
Well, I'll give them
but
both.
new age Metro or like.
And then underdog is Lex Luger for sure.
Oh yeah.
Shout out
Oh
Lex.
man, if
Well,
we want
Lex,
I had to
and
shout him
Mafia,
out.
We want to go into
Southside. I mean,
I was gonna say the whole Southside team.
They're
Well,
all
yeah,
beasts.
they all turned what they
London.
had at that time. Even though they split away, they turned it into empires like 808 Mafia,
London on the track.
Boominati.
London on the track.
London on the track.
Boy Wonder,
Yeah.
like he makes.
Oh, why am I forgetting the ones who always used to be on the Migos? Why am I forgetting what his name was? Man, there was so many. I think it was a DJ. I think that's what it was. They always had different DJs hosting their stuff.
But yeah, I mean these are just
DJ D-Sharp.
examples of people that work super hard and took the long road instead of the short road with shortcuts.
Yep.
And didn't just look for checks. They looked for organic relationships and long-term success.
And it worked.
And that's what I'm chasing.
And it worked. It worked out for all of them.
I feel like always in the long term, that's the best way to go. It's always the best way to go. Always building like something organic where you could like literally just what I guess we're all trying to do the same thing. Is we're not trying to just do it for the like quick money here and there.
I was gonna say, quick money don't last.
Yeah, like we're trying to make sure it's like
Consistent money is the best.
always
money.
incoming, grossing income.
And
Yeah.
you have to have like some sort of passion about your craft. Like the reason we all work so well together is because we have similar, if not like the same mindset when it comes to stuff. It's like we all care passionately about the stuff we're making and where we want to go with it. Of course, like everyone has different goals in the industry, like as far as like sound engineering or audio engineering or mixing or whatnot, or just making beats. But everyone is on the same page, and everyone here has, an incredible work ethic that is sort of what you need. Is definitely what you need to make it anywhere.
I almost cried right now. That was really nice. That was really nice.
I'm just spitting facts. That's all I'm
True.
here for.
Almost cried. That's probably the nicest thing Jordan's ever said. It is.
I mean, it's your birthday, so I had to show out.
Yeah,
You
true.
feel me?
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Vic.
Yeah, belated.
Thank
But
you.
y'all weren't here for it, but we
That's
were.
right.
Almost
Neither
to
of
retirement.
us were here Sunday.
I know.
just saying, like they weren't here for it, but we were all like talking and saying.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
What are you talking? But I think also like no matter how hard people try, no matter like how connected you are, or not how connected you are. That's what I was gonna get to. It's not about how many people you send out to,
How talented you are.
Yeah, how talented you are. It's literally, yeah, exactly. There you go. How talented you are. It's literally about who you know, because that's like the biggest thing. Like I guarantee you, there are people. There's always gonna be people working harder than not even working harder, but they'll have probably better music. They'll have better like beats than
It's
everybody
work
up
ethic
here.
over
All
talent.
of us, and they're like not known, or we're not even. I'm not saying we're known, but I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like they're
completely unknown, no
yeah, like
social media,
definitely like
haven't reached out
underground.
to anyone.
And
Like you gotta network and talk to people because the
exactly.
people you talk to will talk to more people, and some way down that line, one of those people might be, or a person might be the one to just get your stuff going. I mean, that's how every career starts going in like the music industry. I mean, someone puts you on. That's usually how it goes. Like
Yeah.
someone puts you on, and it's usually like
Most of the time, yeah.
it's usually someone that you don't even expect, or the way it happens is usually so crazy. Like I'm gonna say the Pitbull story.
Yeah.
That one's crazy. So like everyone knows who Pitbull is, the guy from Miami.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr.
Mr.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
305.
So like Pitbull went into a studio one day, and everyone thought he was the intern of the studio because he's like kind of like this not
Little
loud
kid,
but like
yeah.
little kid, like rowdy,
Teenager,
you know,
yeah.
like teenage guy. He wasn't even like a teenager, but he
He's
was
like
already
19,
he was like
20.
19 or 20, yeah, but still young. That's like, and then he goes in there and he records a song. Like people think it's like a freestyle because like it's not full yet, and so he's just kind of like fucking around, but like not really, but like it's a new style, and like the guy mixes the song.
Lou Diaz.
Lou Diaz. It's Lou Diaz. If you guys know who that is, like look him up. Lou Diaz.
Shout out Lou.
Shout out the man. Like he's my boy. Yeah, and then he goes to the club that night, gives his like CD or cassette CD to the DJ, and the DJ plays it in the club. And that night, Lil Jon is in the club and hops on and is like goes up to him and approaches him. Is like, yo, like, I need to be on this. They drive back to the studio that same day. They record like the full song. Lil Jon gets on it, and like Pitbull stays there, like, you know, like doing whatever he's doing, like, you know, packing up, whatever. And Lil Jon leaves beforehand, and like on Pitbull's way home, he hears his song on the radio because Lil Jon went
Power
straight.
106.
Yeah, Lil Jon went straight to go promote it, and like everyone knows that song. It's
Yep.
like the which one is it?
What
It's
do you mean?
the
Culo.
Culo, yeah, it's
Yep.
that one. Culo, that's that song, yeah. Like everyone knows that song, and like that's crazy. Like just imagine that. Like
Yeah.
you go to the studio, you go to the club, you play your song, famous rapper comes up to you, you go back to the studio with him. On your way home, you're on the radio. Like that's it. Your life's changed.
And obviously, like no one's path is gonna happen like that. But we all dream about that sort of stuff. So that's why we get out and we get to know people, because you don't get sort of that same thing from the internet. You know, that's a 1 in a billion chance. But if you keep putting yourself out there, getting your name around, being at the right place in the right time means everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and almost every story something like that happens. You don't even know when it's gonna happen, and or if it happened. Like it just
It happens a
it
lot.
just happens, and
Like
that,
your beat. That
Yeah,
one beat.
yeah.
It literally, that beat.
That
you
might be
thought,
it.
Like you probably were gonna like never gonna think it was. You're probably gonna delete it one day. You didn't even know.
I was gonna delete it. I thought it was
And
trash,
then
and
you
like,
had it, send it out. Or no, you just what happened? Like
I sent it out at okay. That's a crazy story. So I was at school. We're all in like class, and then everyone pulled out their laptops. But I was never like that guy to be like pulling out my laptop, playing it to the speakers and stuff.
like
You know,
Eli.
yeah. That's not like
Sorry,
you. but
sorry.
that's
They
funny.
love to hate, but they love to hate on greatness. But sorry.
Nah. But I just never did that. I don't know why I felt like awkward doing it. I always felt like I don't know. And then they were like, "Oh, like pull out your laptop." So I pulled my thing out and like started playing beats. And they were like, "Oh shit, like it's kind of good. Like it's really good. Like can I get them anywhere?" And like I was like, "Oh, like yeah, like I'll send them to you guys right now." Like they weren't even tracked out. And like I tracked them out in here with no headphones, just like put them like tracked them out. And then like I got one folder and I dropped it on the media drive at our school. And I told them, I was like, my beats in the studios here, like you guys can use them. So they downloaded at home, and then like this guy, he hit me up. Like I've been talking to him lately. I've sent him a lot of beats, but he hit me up and he's like, "We're recording, like come to the studio." And like me, Esteban, were mixing that night, like in here at school. So we're like, okay, like we couldn't go. And then like I checked this guy's Instagram story and I was like, holy shit, like that sounds good. Like, and then like I heard it again, like, oh my God, like that's my beat. Like they're using my beat. Like, you know, it's the one beat I never thought would like sound good. And then he sends me the song the next day and it's like,
Sounds like Travis Scott. I
it's
swear.
pretty good. Like, yeah,
Sounds
it's really
good.
good. And it's like, I never would have thought in a million years that like someone would record on that song. And like that way it all happened. Like,
There's so many moments like that that
Yeah,
happen
it's
to a lot of
crazy.
people where they never think it's gonna go anywhere and everything's gonna blow up, and it always comes to, and it, like it just hits you in the face the next day, or like that night of you recording something. It happens a lot. You hear it all the time, like on like a lot of artists like that put something up on YouTube, the next day they're blowing up, or like
It's always
anything.
the repetitive thing I'm hearing. It's like when you least expect it
Yeah.
is when it happens.
No, I just saw Father from Awful Records say like, no matter what it sounds like to you, no matter how crappy or whatever it might be, the song, someone out there will like it. Someone out there will feel it or want to rap on it. Everyone has different tastes. Everyone has different ears. So
I think it's good, yeah. But I
But
want to
yeah.
recap. I want to touch on all the topics, right? So I think the reach out to people, for me, is DMing a lot of people. What I say? A lot of recommended artists that are kind of smaller. Hit them all up.
You do it more
DM them.
broad, like message people.
Okay,
like,
message people on anything,
people.
any artist, even people at your school. Work with them just so you can get work,
get out there.
get out. Yeah, just
Get
literally get your name.
experienced.
Yep.
There
Yeah.
you go. Experience.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Get
without
your
work.
experience up
Yeah.
and your exposure at the same time, and then work. I think the best, honestly, the best thing I've heard today was what Jordan said about going to local shows, because there's always local artists that open up.
Yeah.
Talk to them after the show. Tell them you want, if you really like them, talk to them after the show. Hit them up. Like you probably. I mean, they might be respectful and like, oh, I want to buy a beat off you, or not. Just send them.
Even like that's the thing too, is like, let's say you're in this for a totally different reason. Like I said, the beat store option where you're just wanting to sell your beats. Even if you don't like the artist, that's still an opportunity to sell your beats.
Exactly.
You know, so that's probably the best option of getting out there and meeting people. If you don't have anyone in your high school that you think is good or
Yep.
that even tries, maybe it's not even a thing, you
Yeah.
know? Go to these shows.
That's the
shows,
best.
yeah.
I think that's the best tip.
And send your beats, even though people don't buy them. Like sending free beats sometimes is good, and it can open doors for you. You just get your name out there, and I highly recommend to have a tag, because that's in
Producer tag. Yeah.
producer tag, and have one that like people can actually like know who you are, and like that's catchy or like memorable, because like it helps. That definitely helps.
Quick little story. I'm just gonna throw this in for the end. I don't know if you guys know Dolly. He's a producer on YouTube, or started on YouTube. We used to freestyle to his beats like on our lunch break and like after work at my old job. And you guys know that song with Global Dan, Off-White? Off, you know that song?
I think so.
Made in Tokyo, and Young Thug hopped on it. He made it. Dolly had like 2,000 subscribers. He bought the beat off him. That song got like 15 million plays. A month later, Made in Tokyo and Young Thug or Famous, whoever else hopped on it. And this guy just had nothing, and Dolly had, and now their placement. Now it's, you know what I mean? It's one beat. It's one time. Even if it's free, like we've all been saying, it's getting out there. It's literally getting out there. If no one hears it, how can you get money? How can you get placement? It's
Exactly.
So I think
put this shit out.
DM as many people as you can about working, get your experience and your exposure up.
Get your name out there.
Get your name out there by exposing yourself, and then send beats to local artists at being at shows, going to local shows, and like talk to the local artist. Most of the local artists always stay after the show, kind of like chill out, then talk to them while they're like at the show.
And don't come off as a salesman. You're not trying to sell a car. You know, just be a normal human being. And if you're worried about maybe you're weird, maybe you're lame, like something like that. Like maybe you just don't know how to talk to people. Just go out and try it. Fuck up. You'll learn what to say and what not to say. So just get out there, and I'd say like a good line to summarize all this is your network is your net worth.
There you go.
Oh,
That's something
Bars?
to remember.
Bars?
Say that again. Say that again.
Say it again.
Your network is your net worth.
God damn, that
You
was
know?
sick. That
All
was
right.
fucking
Auto-tune that
sick.
in post.
I'm about to auto-tune it. Don't worry about
Exactly.
it. And I'm not gonna auto-tune that. I'm not gonna do it.
Bass
But
boost it.
and also at the end, it's all about who you know. That's literally it's all about who you know. And also it's like when you least expect it. I feel like most of the time, times when you least expect it.
Just keep your head up, keep working, and feel free. I said this in the last episode, but we're gonna keep saying it until we
Until
really
someone DMs
can't
us.
handle it anymore. But keep DMing us. Just send us DMs. Like if you're confused on anything and you need help, maybe there's something we touched on in here, but we didn't go fully in depth. Feel free to DM us, asking us about it, and we'll help you out.
Yeah, especially on the Rough Mix podcast. Follow us on that.
Follow us on
Everyone,
Rough Mix
we all have that
Podcast.
account, so it's all of us.
Rough Mix Twitter. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? At Rough Mix Podcast on everything.
All right, so that wraps
That wraps up episode
Yeah, that
6.
sounds
Episode
pretty good.
6. So
Episode. Hopefully next episode 7, we're trying to get the full group back. All 7 of us, hopefully.
yeah,
8.
But we'll see how
hopefully
it
we're gonna
goes.
shoot. Yeah, but
Hopefully
we'll
we're
see.
shooting.
We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
But sign off and let everyone know. Your name.
So yeah, this has been Jordan, aka Coach Koopa.
Esteban, aka Trunks.
Victor,
Look at the camera,
aka
man.
Vic.
Look at the camera.
And Eli, aka Mystery.
There we go. And we are
The Rough
the Rough Mix Podcast.
God, that was so cheesy. All right.
I thought we were gonna say it together. It sounded like the Power Rangers.
No, I was not
No.
gonna do that.
Okay.
All right, that's it. We're done.
All right, we're good.